Hi everyone. I decided to make a YouTube channel that really focuses on awakening as a gay man to what's really going on in the world and to what really truly is my mission here during this lifetime. And I think I'm directing it specifically to other gay men because I want them to be able to wake up as well and realize their purpose in life before it's too late. And this information can be for anybody of the LGBTQ spectrum or of different circumstances where you may be being suppressed or you may be living in fear because of who you are. And I really want to make a channel where we can examine what this fear is doing to us as gay men and as to other suppressed individuals who may not have the privilege of certain other individuals, and what that fear can really mean and that pain can really mean for not fitting into the current mainstream paradigm. I also apologize for the quality of the audio. I don't really have resources right now to make a decent video unless anyone has any, or a decent audio track unless anyone has suggestions out there who may be listening to this. But for now, I do apologize for the quality of the audio, and I hopefully can improve that in the future. But right now I just want to get this information off my chest and out there into the world, so hopefully someone is receptive of it and maybe it resonates with you. And that's what I'm really trying to do right now, so the quality of the audio is not a huge concern of mine at this point in time. So like many other YouTube videos out there discussing the subject of coming out or being gay in this world, I think I'm going to use this time to just really express my experience and my opinion of what it was like growing up as a gay youth and now as a gay adult. Yeah, I think I'll start there. So as everyone else, I think in life, we all spend our life trying to find purpose and meaning in our life. As a gay man, I believe my journey was impacted and derailed. For this genuine need to seek out my purpose in life was derailed by my sexuality, because I think when you realize you're gay and you're born gay, you quickly learn you need to hide it to be safe in mainstream society. I learned quickly that it was wrong and appalling in the eyes of the Catholic Church and mainstream society in general when I was growing up. So when I realized that a part of me, the authentic me, it began to die. So my authentic self began to die inside as soon as I realized that, and realized I couldn't really act on who I was. And this really led to a lifelong struggle with identity and authenticity. And I was not one of those boys who could easily hide my sexuality either. So I was easily already, even though I was trying to hide it, I was targeted anyways and called every name in the book, faggot, queer, whatever. So I was easily targeted, and I think that was a huge source of pain for me, a large source of pain, because you were rejected by the majority of your peers. You haven't even done anything to be gay, but yet you're already being called gay, and you're already realizing that by mainstream society it's a horrible thing. So it really destroys the essence of your soul. It really destroys the essence of your purpose on the planet. Because I think we're all born into this life with a mission and a purpose, no matter who you are. And I think it's really easy to forget that mission and that purpose. I believe it's called Dharma in some religions, or I believe the Buddhist religion may call it Dharma. Please forgive me, I'm not too sure. But I think we are given a soul mission, or souls are given a mission if you do believe in the soul, or if you don't. I believe in having a soul, and I believe we are given a mission. So I think when we start to realize we're not allowed to be who we are, as soon as we start to alter who we are, we start to alter our mission. We don't really live, we don't really fulfill that mission. So as I realized how wrong mainstream society thought being gay was, I kept my stereotypical interests hidden. So my stereotypical interests maybe being my music, or even just general interests. Like I always wanted to be in gymnastics, I wanted to do dance classes, but of course I didn't do those things because I was already being called faggot and I didn't know what to do with it. So I started altering who I was to fit in, and everyone does this to a certain degree. And I think no matter who you are, even gay man or just anyone who doesn't have acceptable interests in the eyes of the current society or the current paradigm, begin to alter themselves, and they feel like they are doing something horrific to themselves, but they don't know what else to do about it. So So I kept my stereotypical interests hidden, even from my closest friends, in order to avoid any further suspicion or ridicule for being suspected as being a gay man at the time. And really, I really was a gay man, but just to keep any, I couldn't handle the ridicule. I wasn't strong enough at the time to deal with that. So I began detaching myself from my thoughts in order to remain sane. So anytime thoughts about being gay or thoughts about having gay interests came up, I would kind of push them away, and I'd also push that part of myself away at the same time. I was being told by the media and those around me that my thoughts were evil and of a demonic place. So those I looked up to would utter, so even those who I'd look up to would utter such words and even use horrible terminologies to describe gay people. And the continual bombardment of negative messages from the external world led me to perform it was like an emotional ablation on myself, like I kind of cut those pieces off of myself and threw them away, kind of. So that caused a lot of the turmoil, and that caused a lot of the turmoil you see in young gay men and other LGBTQ youth, or youth in general, who had to alter a part of themselves and remove a part of themselves, which was very much part of them from the day they were born, but being told by someone that it's evil, so they remove it from themselves and are causing actually great damage to themselves in the process. So, with doing that kind of removal, that kind of suppression and literal removal of parts of myself, as a young gay youth, I began to shut down emotionally and I didn't realize at the time the ramifications that this kind of detachment would have later in my life, and how it would manifest when it began to resurface. And this kind of emotional ablation, as I call it, or emotional removal it also made me emotionally unavailable to others, including my family and my closest friends, and I was always questioning why people were friends with me, because they really didn't know the true me, and that caused a great amount of anxiety. I constantly felt alone no matter how many people were around me, and even to this day I'm still struggling with how to do that with the general public, to be genuine and to be open about who I am. So after enough of this dissociation and this detachment from who I was, I essentially became a shell. I felt like a shell with nothing in it. I felt like my soul was barely alive, but yet my body was still in existence. I felt like I was watching myself watching this body, this empty person, looking from the outside in almost. I was watching my body, I felt like it was my body going to work and going to eat and maintaining some sort of social life. It was like I was watching a movie unfold in someone's body, but I wasn't really a person doing anything. The real me was kind of gone or wasn't available anymore. Even the words that would come out of my mouth seemed foreign. I destroyed so much of my true self that many of my opinions and beliefs conformed to those around me at the time to stay safe, and it just felt like the exact opposite. I was doing the exact opposite as to what life is really about, which is authenticity and fulfilling your mission on this planet, as genuinely as you are, going back to who you are, as you were born as, which happens to be a gay man for me, and whoever you may be born as, returning to that person. So I kind of felt like I didn't know who this person was, walking around talking to people. I felt like, and I think this is very much a diagnosable thing in psychology even. It's there's emotional detachment, and there's also dissociation and depersonalization that occurs, and this may occur for many gay men who are unable to accept who they are and feel the need to remove their true self from themselves. And I was not really convicted to anything because I was not convicted to who I was and to who I am. I think you really need to have a strong sense of self to be in the right direction in life. You have to really know who you are as a person and really let that person shine in order to truly be on the correct path in life. And since I was doing the exact opposite, I really derailed myself from my true mission and my true path. And getting back on track is really the acceptance of being different and being gay, or being something that the mainstream doesn't understand at this point in time. So I think I'll leave it at that for now as my intro segment to the new channel. It's a little bit chaotic. My mind's all over the place, so I think I'm just gonna leave it at that, kind of as a intro rambling, and hopefully someone can get something out of it, or maybe not, or maybe there's disagreement out there. I'd just like to hear everyone's opinions if they do listen to this. I know there's not any images really to keep your attention, or anything like that, but hopefully I'm just trying to get this information out there. And my following segments will be maybe possibly more specific, or possibly continuing on of this rambling. Maybe I can connect with some other known YouTube accounts, and maybe we can get the dialogue going. So I'll see how things go. I just want to thank you for listening.